Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a podcast and videocast from univrm.com. Today is one of our economy articles titled Doomsday Preppers Economic Solutions Part 2 of 10. In Part 2 of 10 on Doomsday Diamonds, there are two companies referenced, both of which are the first of which is Hypertext Link on our website, and the second of which can be read about on our website. In Part 1 of this series on Doomsday Preppers, and more specifically Doomsday Diamonds, we outlined the various belief systems from economic collapse, supervolcanoes, tsunamis, world war, religious reasons, large asteroids, meteor or comet collisions, the Mayan calendar, solar flares, global warming, rising ocean levels to mysterious planets on a collision course, part of the Doomsday Prepper culture. Due to the large response to this series, we have undertaken a great deal of research into the Doomsday Prepper culture and part of the socio-economic forces driving the culture. Further, this series of economy articles offers historical and modern microeconomic and macroeconomic solutions in case any of these events happen. In this series of economy articles, our base assumption, whatever doomsday scenario unfolds, some amount of people survive with or without governments. Historical records prove during the era of Homo sapiens there have been mass extinction events in which some of the species survived. As pointed out in Part 1 of this series, each of the major barter currencies requires additional knowledge. Gold, silver, and diamonds all have positives and negatives, and all require a degree of analysis to determine true value. Utopian thoughts, wishes, and ideals, and other subjective definitions of universal happiness are all realities one wishes were true. Historic reality and current reality prove such utopian desires are, if ever, a long ways away in future for humans. Everyone has heard the justification for being happy, however subjectively defined, by comparison to those extremely less fortunate, such as those slowly dying of starvation in different parts of the world, lacking the basics of human existence. No one is equal in a mathematical, physical, mental, psychological, biological, sociological, and chronological or any other definition except through fictional words sometimes called laws, enforced by intimidation, repression, and ultimately physical force. Freedom is more or less a myth, and cycles of time in which humans interact with humans always governed by the use of force of one person, group, or belief system over others. Doomsday Preppers, whatever specific event they believe will take place, if they have a specific belief, in the end analysis expressing an acknowledgement of modern and historic reality. The dysfunctional reality of civilized nations, constantly changing and justified by law and belief systems, mythical verbal constructs, resting upon the foundation a controlling group uses to force those same constructs upon others. History, in a human perspective, proves the mathematical axiom, the only constant is change. This fear, recognized or not, and rational in the single expression of a single belief or not, is an historical truism, empirically proven time and time again. The planet Earth, constantly changing, as it has and always will, in a planetary deluge of empirically proven facts, which due to the brief memories, lifespan, and disconnected subjective realities of humans of living upon the planet, acknowledge or not. Few people like to think of facts as they may apply to their daily lives. This is especially true if those facts are inconvenient or merely ignored due to the mundane reality of daily life. Continents move along tectonic plates, volcanoes and supervolcanoes erupt, meteors, comets, asteroids fall upon Earth daily in various shapes, sizes, and compositions. Climatic change, glacial advances, magnetic shifts, radiation, and many other planetary changes have and will continue to take place as part of the life cycle of the planet. In the due course of time, the star orbiting planet Earth will will also change, evolve, and become something other than the means by which carbon-based life on Earth continue to exist. Due to the Sun's expansion, like with any other star over the course of its existence, in less than 1 billion years, the oceans will boil dry and the water vapor will escape into space. In 1 billion years, give or take a few 100 million years, the Earth will be a hot, dry, uninhabitable sphere. This is too long of a time for most people to grasp, and history proves the inability of leaders of human civilization to think decades into the future, let alone millennia. Dr. Stephen Hawking put it in succinct terms through the acknowledgement of empirically proven truth. In an interview on August 6, 2010, he said, "I believe the long-term future of the human race must be space. It will be difficult enough to avoid disaster on planet Earth in the next 100 years, let alone the next 1,000 or million. The human race shouldn't have all its eggs in one basket or on one planet. Let's hope we can avoid dropping the basket until we have spread the load." Doomsday preppers may or may not share Dr. Hawking's views for the long term, but are aware of the imminent dangers faced by human civilizations and the planet itself through modern and historic facts. Whatever the future brings in terms of disasters, man-made or not, they will happen on both a large and small scale. It really is a matter of when, not if, but many people choose to live their lives ignoring that reality. For whatever reason, some people, collectively called doomsday preppers, have chosen to prepare, to a greater or lesser degree, for any event that might have to survive, for any event they might have to survive, what will take place, whether in their lifetimes or not. It is part of the unique disassociation of reality through propaganda, rationalizations, justifications, hypocrisy, and sanctimonious uses of power, which create atmospheres of unreality in even the most, and we use this term with a great deal of sarcasm, modern countries. These people are viewed as odd. Current countries and civilizations choose to exist in a tribal extension of whatever is currently in fashion to describe the base law of the jungle, using power through belief system to enhance personal control over others by whatever means necessary, not unlike the rise and fall of tribal leaders during the first years of Homo sapiens' existence. Whether or not a doomsday prepper, and whether or not the species of humans in its current evolutionary stage continues to exist during one's lifetime, may or may not have some level of gravitas. There are few who will argue that competing belief systems, religious, political, etc., will not continue to be in conflict in the foreseeable future. As communal animals, humans will continue to trade via some means of barter for goods and services, and the more complex the system of barter, the less likely it is to survive through whatever change takes place. It was pointed out in part 1 of this series, the historical commodities for barter above basic supplies, such as food, water, shelter, protection in any and all means, must have a universally recognized potential means of value exceeding basic supplies. As with our earliest ancestors, the basics of human survival drive all human interaction, but after such basics provided, then barter advances to a point of value recognized by all tribes as another form of commodity without immediate value, but perceived future value, not subject to spoilage at some future point. Historically, in order of importance, this has been copper, silver, gold, and diamonds. As discussed in part 1 of this series, each of these commodities have their own set of positives and negatives. The easiest commodity to store, transport, hide, and barter with is also the least understood. Doomsday diamonds. Diamonds named with a marketing spin, just like conflict diamonds, blood diamonds, love diamonds, chocolate diamonds, or any other word used in front of the word diamond. Diamonds have, for the most part, 4 basic characteristics after cut from a rough natural state, determining their value on an individual basis. We will go into a more detailed explanation of uncut diamonds in a future part of this series. Number 1. Carat weight. In a measurement of pure weight, such as milligrams, diamonds are converted into carat weight such that a 2 milligram diamond is equal to 0.01 carats. There are 100 carat points to a 1 carat diamond, which when converted to milligrams equals 200 milligrams. Number 2. Color. The color of a diamond graded on a scale from D to Z. In terms of easily identifying color, the less color, or clear, diamonds have, the highest grade. One can think of this in terms of white to yellow, white to brown, or white to green, and the colors of the spectrum of light between those points. Number 3. Clarity. The visual, external, and internal appearance of a diamond graded FL to I3 by inclusions and blemishes. Inclusions refer to visual cues such as clouds, feathers, included crystals or minerals, knots, cavities, cleavage, bearding, and internal grading. Blemishes are often called polish lines, grain boundaries, natural, scratches, nicks, pits, chips, or breaks. Clarity broken down by the following categories. FL equals flawless. The diamond has no inclusions or blemishes visible under 10x magnification on a microscope. IF, internally flawless. The diamond has no inclusions visible under 10x magnification, only small blemishes on the surface. VVS1 and VVS2, very, very slightly included. The diamond has very small inclusions that are difficult for a skilled grader to see under 10x magnification. VVS is divided into two categories, VVS1 and VVS2, with VVS1 being higher. VS1 and VS2 equal very slightly included. These diamonds have minor inclusions that are difficult to somewhat easy for a trained grader to see under 10x magnification. The two categories, VS1 and VS2, generally graded such that VS1 inclusions are invisible without magnification, but infrequently VS2 diamond inclusions can be seen with the naked eye. SI1 and SI2, slightly included. Diamonds have noticeable inclusions that are easy to very easy for a trained trader to see when viewed under 10x magnification. SI1 is better than SI2. Generally, these may or may not be seen by the naked eye, most likely on an SI2. I1 and I2 and I3, included category. Diamonds have obvious inclusions that are clearly visible to a trained grader under 10x magnification. Included diamonds have inclusions that are usually visible without magnification or have inclusions that threaten the durability of the stone. The included category divided into three grades. I1 denotes a higher clarity grade than I2, which in turn is higher than I3. Inclusions in I1 diamonds often seen by the unaided eye. I2 inclusions are easily seen, while I3 diamonds have large and extremely easy to see inclusions that typically impact the brilliance of the diamond, as well as having inclusions that are often likely to threaten the structure of the diamond. Criteria number 4. Cut. Diamond cut into different styles. Most diamonds are octahedra in their rough state. The choice of diamond cut often decided by the original shape of the rough stone, location of internal flaws or inclusions, the preservation of carat weight, and popularity of certain shapes. The typical diamond cut is what most people think of when they think of a diamond shape and referred to as round, on top with a sharp point. The typical shapes or cuts are round, princess, emerald, asher, marquise, oval, radiant, pear, heart, cushion, trillion, and unique. For the purpose of Doomsday diamonds, we always recommend round, as it is the accepted standard and will retain the highest barter viability. The objective value of a diamond due to physical rarity governed by basic criteria described above, but humans, being human, sometimes place a different value on colors for subjective reasons. In any major event, economic collapses to natural disasters, the objective value will always be placed before subjective value. Thus, from an economic perspective, the purchase of diamonds should follow economic criteria. Doomsday preppers, in economic terms, run the gamut from extremely poor to extremely rich and everything in between. Like everything else in life, there are those who prefer to do it yourself and those who are willing to pay extra for help and expertise. We recommend two companies for Doomsday Diamonds. We recommend both companies for different reasons. Merodium International, country code 323-231-3542, located in the diamond capital of the world, Antwerp, Belgium, and speak with any of their diamond consultants on purchasing diamonds if you wish to pay for extra help and expertise and are purchasing over $10,000. This is a company staffed with experienced, professional, and honest people who will help you with your needs as a wholesale broker of diamonds, but is not for the do-it-yourself type individual. IsraeliDiamonds.com has very nice native English-speaking personnel for help and assistance, plus an intuitive website perfect for the do-it-yourself types, plus those who require special assistance, and their website an easy means for buying diamonds for most of the ranges listed in the explanation above. The website is set up very well, allowing you to see the criteria you desire: price, cut, carat, weight, color, clarity, so even those on a limited budget can take advantage of diamonds as a bartered commodity. The hypertext link is included in the print version of this article on our website. The next article in the series looks at other diamond-related barter commodities, specifically rough diamonds, calibrated diamonds, which are normally diamonds below a 0.3 carat weight, and jewelry combined with diamonds. This is to be continued in the next economy article series on Doomsday Preppers and Doomsday Diamonds. This has been copyright 2012, UNIVRM.com, trademarked, all rights reserved. At UNIVRM.com, we create original content with humor and satire on current event news, opinion articles, economy articles, science current events, and our science fiction book series titled Change Hope. As an advertisement, there is a donations accepted button on our website, www.univrm.com, on donations welcome to help us keep publishing in difficult economic times. You can listen to this article via podcast at the iTunes Store by subscribing to univrm.com, or read it on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at the UNIVRM channel. This has been a podcast and videocast from univrm.com, and we hope to bring you more in future.